Hello folks, I am Ashrit from Droid-Now.com and today I have with me the HTC One Mini. The HTC One Mini is the youngest sibling of the three HTC One brothers. It can be classified as a device between the top of the range HTC One and the mid-range devices like the HTC Desire 600. The HTC One Mini, like its siblings, features the full aluminum unibody design. It looks more like the HTC One Max, which has a plastic bumper-like structure along its corners. Speaking about the ports and the buttons, the HTC One Mini has a power button on the top, the volume buttons on the right, and the micro SIM card slot on the left. It has a micro USB port on the bottom. The design of the HTC One was one of the most highlighted features of the year 2013, although we would have liked the same design along the sides to be featured on the HTC One Mini also, but we would understand the use of plastic was to increase the durability against drops and also to reduce the costs. Speaking about the hardware, the HTC One Mini packs in 1.4 GHz dual-core Snapdragon 400 processor paired along with an Adreno 305 GPU. It packs in 1 GB of DDR2 RAM, which is 0.5 GB less than its competitor, the Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini. The device has a 4.3-inch 1280 x 720 pixels Super LCD 2 display. It is paired along with Corning Gorilla Glass 3. To power this device, we got a 1800 mAh battery lying within the body. We'll talk more about the battery life in a short while. On the connectivity side, the device features 4G LTE. On the Wi-Fi side, it supports 802.11 A, B, G and N bands. To sum it up, it comes with Bluetooth 4.0, but the lack of NFC might be a problem for some. On the software side, the HTC One Mini comes with Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean out of the box. Although the 4.3 update has started to roll out in the last few days, people around the world have received the updates. Moreover, the Android 4.2.2 update comes with Sense 5, and I believe the 4.3 update will come with Sense 5.5. Sense 5, according to us, is one of the most refined OEMs Sense of all times. HTC has done a great job in optimizing Sense 5 in all its devices. Although we haven't faced any lag on the HTC One Mini due to the lack of powerful internals, there might be a possibility that there might be slight lag in the near future. HTC has included almost all the features from its flagship, the HTC One, into the HTC One Mini. The camera on the HTC One Mini is the same as that found on the HTC One, only the downfall being the lack of OIS. Since this is a mid-range device, the lack of OIS can be justified. The camera is a 4 megapixel ultra-pixel camera and it's great especially in low light situations. Instead of me blabbering about the camera quality, why don't you look at the camera shots itself? Like I said, the image quality is exceptional, but the lack of a few megapixels does show up in certain situations. Rest assured, the camera is great for daily situations while clicking photos while you're on the run. Even in the video department, the camera of the HTC One Mini does an exceptionally good job. The only problem that I faced was the camera often lost focus, but then we could regain the focus by just tapping on the location where we wanted the focus to be. One thing I liked about the new generation of HTC camera was the HTC Zoe function. As the company suggests, HTC Zoe shoots a video and shoots a burst of photos both at the same time. So be it a child moving around, or you want to capture something moving really fast, or be it a perfect group shot, HTC Zoe helps you a lot. The call quality on the HTC One Mini is top-notch like in case of the HTC One. Thanks to its boom sound speakers which doubles up as the earpiece, we never had a problem to hear the other person on the receiving end. As per our tests, the receiver on the other hand had no problem hearing our voice, but I believe it was a bit on the lower end as compared to the HTC One. The HTC One Mini has an above average battery life thanks to its 1800 mAh battery which is packed inside this aluminium body. For me, being a heavy user, this phone lasted for about 7 to 8 hours, but since this is a mid-range device, I don't expect it to last more than a day either. In the end, it all depends upon what kind of a user you are. If you are a moderate user, this phone should last you more than a day. And if you are amongst those who use their phone sparingly, it could even last more than a day, like about 1.5 days or even 2 days at max, but that depends upon your usage statistics. The boom sound speakers were one of the most impressive features introduced in the year 2013, and like its brothers, the HTC One and the HTC One Max, the HTC One Mini also continues to have the boom sound speakers. Although the volume on the HTC One Mini might feel to be a bit less when compared to the HTC One, that is because it has a smaller chamber because it's a mini phone. Although the volume is low, the sound coming out from the speakers is crisp and never heard any kind of distortion. Next feature I would like to tell you about is known as the video highlights. Like HTC says, this feature helps you bring your gallery back to life. The video highlights feature takes all the photos from a particular event and groups them together and forms a wonderful movie. It applies a theme based on HTC's algorithm. Although the process is quite random, HTC's algorithm applies the right theme to set the right mood. Here is a sample video highlight from the photos which I shot on my HTC One Mini. In the end, we would conclude by saying that if you find the flagship to be a bit too big, we would suggest you to get the HTC One Mini. But on the contrary, looking at the internals found in the HTC One Mini, we think the HTC priced it a bit too higher. In the end, we will definitely give this phone a thumbs up. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, and if you want to watch more videos from Droid-Now, then please hit the subscribe button. Until then, see you next.